Hello, my lovelies. We had a new pack drop on Thursday, and I have been working really hard to get as much gameplay in on this pack as I could to give you guys a good review of my first thoughts and impressions. I probably logged a good 15 to 20 hours of gameplay in the last 48 hours, so I tried my best, and I still couldn't review everything because there's actually an expansion pack this time. There's actually enough stuff that I think it merits the word. I'm not going to tell you whether or not it's worth, going out and spending your hard-earned money on, because that is up to you, but it actually feels like we got a full pack. So I had 2 playthroughs that I experimented with. One was this new randomly created Sims, and the other was I moved Tuesday and Guidry into Ravenwood to play with some Sims that had some more stuff coming into them, because I really wanted to get into the Rebirth, and I didn't quite get far enough to... I ran out of time before I could really get into stuff. Tuesday I resurrected her, but I didn't get far enough in that I could play with recalling stuff from her new life. They're supposed to be able to bring back reward traits and such, and I just didn't get that far. But right now, we're talking about Kaz. It is absolutely delightful to me. They're quite limited, but there are wardrobe items at all ages except newborn. And they did a really good job. This is kind of a frustration of they're really doing a good job of making it so that male Sims can wear female Sim clothing. Or I should say male presenting and female presenting. But one of the things that I'm profoundly frustrated in is they're not giving the female Sims access to the male clothing. And there is one little note. There isn't texturing, I'm gonna pull one of the jumpsuits from Love Struck out to make an example. One of the places that this pack definitely falls short, if you look at this garment on the Sim, you can see that this bow isn't flat. You can see that it hangs out in the back away from her body. You can see that there is actual, where there are wrinkles, it actually stands away from the Sim's body. You can see this seam and where it makes divots the whole way around. And you're just not getting that. We have ourselves a little toddler. They don't have toddler hair for toddlers. They don't have Life and Death specific accessories, but they do have cute little items that I really love. And this is another one where you really got to look at all of the swatches because the details change around. With the exception of that sweater I just showed you, I really think that the toddlers, they seem to be going for a, in the architecture, everything is very Romanian revival. You can see lots and lots of Carpathian mountain region decor and such. They seem to be going more for just sort of an Addams Family vibe in the clothing. And I just thought it was really particularly cute. And I was also just pleased that it was there for all the life stages. You can pull in all of the unique hairs as early as kid. Okay, so all of the hairstyles age down to kid. And accessories, no. Alright. There's no tops or bottoms, but there are full body options. I'm going to clear the masculine and just look at them all on this Sim. And honestly, most of these outfits, they let you wear regardless of gender. There's a big fall in my mind. This outfit, I love it, but I feel like this should have been on the adult, and there's an outfit on the adult that I feel should have been on this one. Look, the ruffles are flat. You have this big ruffle standing up, and it's just flat to the garment. And Sims, you did so good last time What happened? I love the little hidden coffin, and that is a coffin, not a casket. There is a difference. I love the little appliques on this collar. I'm just kind of clicking through quickly to give you sort of a vibe. There are actually, like, some really good items that I am delighted by. But back to our adult man. Accessories-wise, there is... this set of earrings is apparently only for the girls. And then we got some nice plugs. I like this mask on the guy. It sits really far down on the nose, I think. Because if I put this mask on her, you can see that it's just completely dangling off the tip of her nose. It's not... her eyes aren't even properly centered in the eye slots. I don't know. I don't understand. Love this mask. It's an unlockable for the Undertaker career. I'm going to try to avoid getting into the stuff that we unlocked. And then we have these fabulous steampunk glasses. Delightful. The makeup this time doesn't read for the guys, which it did last time. Not sure why they're doing that route. We got this nice tear-themed eyeshadow. And the lipstick is fine. I prefer a defined edge on my lipstick. So if you're into this, I'm glad it's here for you. It's not here for me. Though that does add a nice sheen to his lips. I really like a lot of this. I'm getting a lot of, like, Delicious Anne Rice, Addams Family vibes. But again, look at these flat ruffles. There's no texturing. The beads are flat, and it's like, I want to love this top. This is a sexy top, but the beads are just so flat, and it bothers me so much. The ruffles are flat. Why are the ruffles flat? One thing I thought was kind of fun and a little silly is the clothing seems to coordinate very well to not just each other. Like, there is a very similar color palette for each top, and there is a corresponding color palette to each bottom, but they also correlate to the decor in the homes. So you can not only be incredibly matchy-matchy, but you can also be matchy-matchy with your house and just color code every aspect of your life. There are some design choices being made that drive me a little bit kooky. Give me your shorts. Like, this super chonky cuff. Like, I feel like that would be hard to walk in. These pants. While I deeply appreciate the detail of these knife pleats, I think it's gorgeous. I appreciate that this center side seam, that the side seam of the pant extends all the way to the bottom. And, like, the detail of the knife pleats point to the center of the side seam. Like, I keep wanting to say center and side at the same time, but they all point to the same point, and it is the seam. But why are they sewn into this bottom cuff? Like, you're adding all of this bulk on the side of your pants. You're putting a lot of delicious extra fabric in and not getting any of the drama and drape and flare from it. Why? Who designed these pants? I must know. We have to have words. The zipper is on the outside of these boots, so it looks like he's wearing his boots on the wrong feet. Like, don't get me wrong. I love this. This is great. But why is the zipper there? I don't understand. I love these shoes. I love these dramatic boots. Like, beautiful. And it looks like there's a little skull wearing a headdress there. Like, 10 out of 10, no notes. Alright. This, I swear to heaven, I have seen on not only just in early 90s sitcoms, and also on Boy George the Singer. I swear I saw this outfit. And even with masculine turned on, I still have these dresses. Also, why doesn't the belt line up to the waist? This looks ill-fitting. Like, I really like this. It's not as bad on the two-tone, but it looks messy. It looks unkempt. There is a nice suit for male and for female. I'm assuming for funerals. That doesn't have a colorway on it. I really like the cuts of this, but the fact that the trousers match the blouse and not the vest or the coat makes it look like he was in his pajamas and threw a vest and a coat over it and hoped you wouldn't notice. This is just like, I didn't want to get dressed today. I feel like I'd be really, really critical. I love the double-breasted of this, and I love that they left that, like, that button unbuttoned. I feel like I'd be really, really nitpicky and overly critical, but I have taste. Like those corduroy insets on the shoulders. I don't care for that. I do like that we got a new sleeping garment. Thank you. More of this, please. Ooh. Where was this for Ruby in my Not So Berry challenge? Kaysen would have worn the heck out of this. I feel cheated. I love this swimsuit. I think it is so cute and charming, and it makes me happy. I like this nice casual outfit. These costumes, this crow outfit, and this ghost outfit both come in all age ranges. This outfit should have been in children, and the frock coat should have been on the grown-up. This looks like a little Georgian boy, and Georgian is in the time period, as in the reign of King George, which I believe was early 1800s. I believe it was at the turn of the 19th century, but don't quote me on that. I find him kind of less interesting. I do love these raggedy, ghosty outfits. They are a lot of fun. I like the chains on this. Like, it's giving Jacob Marley. And I appreciate that. Alright. Oh, the only accessory is a new nail, which I do very much like. I like the glitter. I think it's a fun, silly detail that it's a coffin shape. It does kind of give the same vibe as these werewolf nails, whether they intended to or not. Do the ladies have more accessories? The ladies also have a ring. I'm going to turn off the ghost overlay. Alright, it looks like a cameo. I can't really see, like, does it give different shapes? It's a skull. Like, I can tell that it's a skull, but I don't know. It is very pretty and cute. I think the rings should pull you in like the fingernails do to look at them. And in accessories, the ladies have besides these earrings, the ladies also have a fabulous cameo. And if you click through the swatches, the cameo also switches out. There's everything from a rose to a lady to a fox to there's a lot hidden in here if you want to go looking. Let's take that mask off and look at some hairs. This hair is female exclusive. I really, really like how tied up it is. I appreciate that we have this great blunt bang, and the blunt bang stays consistent, so it's like the same. Like, one of my frustrations is in the bangs versus no bangs category. Changing hairstyle often means changing, like, in my fantasy sim world, I would like you to be able to do, like, a bang setting, so if you put your hair up, it looks like the same hair. Just a little fantasy moment. And we also have more of the male stuff. One of the things that I don't like is they're really good about letting the guys have the dresses, but they're not great about letting the ladies have the men's, like there are some tops that are male exclusive that I feel cheated. I want to put this on a female sim, and you can still, clear this sorting, but it frustrates me that it's set up that way. This skeletal ribbon vest, I love this. A problem with this, it doesn't look like the vest fits. I don't, as close as that vest is hanging to his body, I don't think he could button it. And, sure, you might not have a garment that fits correctly, but why would you design it this way? I don't understand. I love this cardigan. I want to have a sexy professor playthrough with this cardigan and ask him if there's nothing I can do to change my grade. Ditto for this, the Dark Academia College Core, it's delicious. It is so good. Also, make sure if you do purchase this pack, get down in the nitty-gritty and look at all the swatches, because they do some things with the patterns. Like, they almost change entire cuts of clothing. Alright, let's turn off this ghost overlay to look at lady clothes. Tops that are exclusive to ladies. This top, which I thought was fun. This top, which I really like the idea of this top. I love the bishop sleeve. I love the deep cuff. I love the pin tucks going down the center front with a lapped zipper back. Like, delicious. My issue is that this bodice doesn't actually fit her. It is about 2 sizes too small. It should come down to here. It should come down to her natural waist. Like, hold still. You can see where her natural waist is here. It should come down that far. This would be constrictive. It would interfere with her breathing. That's a top that guys have too. This is a female exclusive top. This one has both genders. This one doesn't. I really, really like this. I think this is super duper cute. I also wish this came down. Not every top has to be a midriff top. And I actually am really pleased we have a lot of tops that aren't. But it's just a frustration of mine of, you know, I want to have an adult woman go out to like, go to the office, and her tummy doesn't need to be hanging out all the time. I love this. I am going to make this blouse for myself. Like, the modified fall collar to look like butterflies, and the embroidery and the cutouts. It's little ghost faces, guys. It's little ghost faces hidden in a butterfly, which, like, I love all the butterfly imagery. And when I heard the Life and Death announcement, I thought it was really cool because there's all that butterfly imagery in Love Struck. And it made me think because in Greek mythology, the soul is represented by a butterfly. And that is why the souls of the dead and also the goddess Psyche are represented by having butterfly wings. So when I saw all the butterfly stuff in here, I was actually really excited. There's actually so much, like, symbology research that they did. These are super cute, and I also think, I'm not 100%, but I think they slightly modified this houndstooth. It could just be my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think they tried to make it look more like a cow plant. Got some cute little 90s alternative clothing here. A really nice linen skirt. It's really, really cute. I like the loafers with the chonky heel. These boots you could also get as a guy. I love these crossed heels. They're really, really cute. Like, there's a lot to love here, and I really appreciate that. I feel like there's a couple of places where they let the quality dip. Like, these ruffles are flat to the body again. I wouldn't care so much if their game hadn't been so on point in Love Struck and in For Rent, specifically on this. But I think that's everything I wanted to say about Kaz. Let's pop into build mode. Alright, we got some build mode happening, and I thought we would start outside and work our way in. We have 2 new roof designs, a shingled, which is, these look like a slate rather than a shingle to me, just the way the wear and tear, and I love the wear and tear on them, is showing. I like this tricolor swatch. There is a new greenhouse roof, and I love that the metal is scuffed, and there's patina, and it's so good. Then we have a lot of windows. The real standout thing about these windows is one, if you've looked at any of the Sims or EA live streams, you have heard the terms Romanian revival. There's a lot of Ottoman influence and Slavic and Carpathian Mountains regional influence to the decor and to the architecture, and it is so beautiful. I love all of the intricate carving. I also love that a lot of these windows, there are broken windows. There are some rust distressed but dirty. There's rust distressed and broken. And then there sometimes is just a nice window. But I do love that, like, you'll see the stone pattern in, like, this is like a gray stone with a burgundy inside. Here's the same thing where it's dirty and the window is dirty. Here's the same swatch, but it's clean and it's nice and pristine. I really like that. Oh, and I spent all this time setting up to try to show off all of the different wallpapers without getting super into it. All of the swatches for the Curiously Corroded Concrete and the Curious Concrete, there is a clean and a dirty. It's the same color. It's the same wallpaper colors, but it's two different wallpapers for pristine and dirty, which I enjoyed. We have several exterior wallpapers that I really enjoyed. I also liked that with the Sinister Stones with and without corner accent, they seem to have fixed the corners. And again, it's the same thing where it's the same swatches for both. There is a new, really pretty stone staircase, and I like that it actually like matches this stone pattern, which is the catacomb stones, and all of these fabulous new doors, which also come in damaged and undamaged in the same swatches. I appreciate it so much when I can say, okay, here's the color scheme, and then I had it professionally restored. I like that a lot. I also like that there's the same door for different wall heights. And I like this door and this door are identical except for the framing. There's only the one worn old wood door. There is a pristine and a scuffed version of almost everything. And the place where there's a gap we'll get to. So we have this item, which is a banner for the various festivals, but I still like, look at the little buntings. It's so cute. I like that a lot. That is gorgeous. And there's the separate post item that also matches these lights. I like that whenever you're going to have one end of it, you've got to have the post for the other end. And I like that they designed it so you could have the post on the same post for either of these items. I really appreciated that. We got 2 new swing sets and a new jungle gym. I think they're both quite charming and quite a bit silly. We have a new sunbathing / moonbathing towel. I actually like these swatches better than I like any swatches I've seen before of this item. So that was really nice. This is a purely decorative item. It pops up at a couple of the festivals, but it really just sits there looking neat for the tarot readings. We have a whole bunch of new grave items. There is a covered and an uncovered grave site, and I really like that the headstones just snap to them really neatly. I like the sunken crooked headstone as well. And there's a lot of really fabulous little details. Like, I love the winged death's head. This was a huge motif, and I want to say late 18th, early 19th century. Don't quote me on those dates, but early Americas. This was a huge thing that you saw a lot of. There's different stones and things. I love the catacombs. I am trying to remember how many headstones it holds. I think it holds up to 10 urns. And I got this little guy back here because it's a floor trim. It is right here, the downward spiral frieze. And I love it because it extends the space past the original floor. So when you're adding on stuff, it gives great details to the bottom of the exterior. Oh my gosh. I forgot something. We have 2 new columns. And we have a new spandrel. I actually like these columns quite a bit as well. Again, you're really seeing that Ottoman influence It's so good. And I also like that it honestly works for both of these, even with the wood. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot there's new fences as well. I dropped the ball. My apologies. I am not going to go crazy and show you all the different swatches, but I will try to show you all of the new fences. This guy gets really chonky on the corners, and I really like that. And there is this gate and this gate. I don't know that I like the up and down pieces on this gate. I don't know how I feel about them. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it really fits either of these. I think it was designed for this one because you see this mirrored, but it's fine. Okay, so these are a wall decor piece, but we're going to talk about them before we go inside because I keep in the builds in the pack. You see them on interior walls, like people keep putting them over the beds. Don't get me wrong, the builds are fabulous. No shade to those builders, but this is like in the Carpathian Mountains and to a lesser extent in the Slavic nations. These are exterior motifs. These floral motifs would be on the outsides of homes. Like if you Google, like seriously, if you Google floral motifs, Carpathian Mountains homes, you'll see like just houses covered in painting like this. And it's so beautiful. This is an item that is for memorial displays and use in funerals, and it comes with a plain and a decorated version. And there's a little sign that says, "No ghosts here, please." And I do believe that is everything outside, so let's go inside. There's only one new floor pattern. It is a really pretty wooden parquet floor. The wallpapers I like a lot. We have this, it looks kind of like skulls and buntings. Like, I really, really love these wallpapers a lot. I love this wood paneling. Like, I love this kind of 19th century, 18th century, like, overly fussy wallpaper. And from here to here is all swatches of the same wallpaper. It's called Lunar Reverie. And you can see that these are all the swatches. And there is the crow motif, the butterfly motif, and the owl motif. And they all make me so very happy. And then let's get into, I'm just going to go around the building in no particular order. These are curtain arches, but they seem to be made to go over doors. Or they're glitched because they don't show up in window coverings. At least not when you're filtered for Life and Death pack. We've got a cabinet. It is a new bathroom cabinet. It's in your surfaces. All same for this cute little file cabinet. I like this bookcase. It seems to have some weirdness about what you can put in the interior shelves. There is a quilt hanger, and I love it so much. And I love the different swatches. Like, look at those little flowers, are so cute. You got this little shelf, got this little shelf. And if you're in live mode, the little ghosts in jars, this is a separate item, by the way, they little bob up and down. Sorry, I don't know why my wall, like, my walls are set to just be up, but it keeps, I don't know what's going on. I apologize if you have sensitivity to strobing. We have a new mirror. The swatches in these art pieces are stunning. This is the new family portrait. I haven't tried to play with it. I just didn't get there while I was testing gameplay. We got some posters. We got these fabulous, like, motivational office posters, but they're death themed because they're at the death offices. And I really, really love this item. If you are a tarot nerd, which I am, you will recognize pretty quick that these are very heavily influenced by the Rider-Waite-Smythe deck. I don't know if it's Smith or Smythe, but and they have all 21 cards of the major arcana plus a card to represent each of the 4 suits and 2 different backings. I do have to give a little bit of, I just have a little note. If you ask Sims about tarot, they'll tell you that it's an ancient practice to use tarot to, like, read the future. One, tarot only goes back to the 1300s period. It was an Italian playing card game like poker or euchre or pinochle or go fish. And the earliest records we have of it being used for divinatory practices are from 1750. That's less than 3 centuries. I know that's old. I will give you that it's old, but you gotta add another 0 on there before you can call it ancient. If you're not in 4 digits of years ago, don't come at me with that word. Nonsense tangent complete. We have this gorgeous fireplace, which you need at least medium walls for. It's so beautiful. And we have a new pretty grandfather clock, which we haven't had one of those. I think there's only like 1 or 2 other grandfather clocks, and they're all base game. Alright, so there's 2 base game and 1 from vampires. And that is all the grandfather clocks that we have. Yeah, it's been a while since we got a good grandfather clock. We got some more wall damage marks and the floor damage mark, which I love that you could, like, it. They added a second plane through it, so it looks like there's something in the floor underneath. They also have in roof decor to bounce back to that. I didn't make these roofs big enough for it. Un momento. There are 3 different roof patches, which also, these can also be placed on the floors. That also, if you rotate, you can see through, and there is stuff behind them. Like, you can see a window in that spot. So good. There is also a new chimney, which I quite like a lot. There is the new parapet. I always forget what they call those. There's 2 little spiky spore things. This one doesn't want to place the way I want it to on corners, which, you know, it's fine. Like, it places nice at the edge, but I'd like it to sit more on the corner. Personal taste. And then there's this cool spiky thing that I want to use in so many things, and it also comes with the metal all distressed. Sorry for that little tangent. I saw the floor hole, and I remembered I'm over in this corner. Then we have 4 wall lights, which honestly, I find these incredibly gorgeous. There's 3 table lamps, 2 floor lamps, 3 ceiling lights. I could cry over this chandelier and this floor torch. It makes me so happy. I have wanted this item for, like, crypts and castles and historical things for so long, and it's mine. It's mine. This ceiling light feels really commercial, and I don't know if I'll ever use it. The crow is a placeable item, kind of like the hamsters from my pet stories, and we address the crow in gameplay. I have some issues. We have a new kitchen set, which we only have 1, and this is actually a little kerfuffle of mine, because they have put so much effort into mixing the modern and the old, and putting all of this delicious detail into that. And then we have 1 kitchen set. It's super duper fancy. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a gorgeous kitchen set, and I will definitely use it. This is gonna be my Rose Jen's kitchen set. I love it so much. But this is real. Oh, it does, just making sure you see it, there's a new dishwasher. It's a marble kitchen top, so you can make these rundown hoves with holes in the floor, but your kitchen is sure gonna be fancy. I mean, look at how nice that fridge. Oh, is this the first fridge they've given us with a ice and water dispenser in the front? I think it might be. Oh wait, nope. Parenthood had one. This is only the second to have that. 2 new dining tables, which I really do enjoy. I love the scroll work on this table. It's so pretty. Seating. We got a new bar stool. This is a dining chair. I think these 2, yeah, these 2 are both dining chairs. This is a dining chair. Just, It's so beautiful, but it looks so weird at that table. Moving on to the other seating. Got a stone bench for outside to go in your cemeteries and graveyards. Got a cute ottoman. Got a love seat. Got a sofa. This is a new TV stand, which I honestly really like. We have 5 new sleeping apparatuses. We have a new bassinet. We have a new toddler bed. And I really think they outdid themselves with these bedspreads. They're so pretty. Like, it's stunning. It's truly stunning and I love it. And we have a casket that you don't have to be a vampire to sleep in. You can get a claustrophobic moodlet from it though. Got a new bathroom set. No new toilet, but we did get a tub, a shower stall, and a sink. Really pretty, again with this marble. Bathtubs like this are really, really hard to clean because they're against the wall and you can't get this side. Fortunately, your sim only has to scrub the inside for the whole thing to be clean. We have a new Blarfy. I think my favorite detail is the little scythe tucked into his belt in the back. Got assorted new coffee and accent tables, which are fine. Got lots of cute items to put on them. This is the unlockable music box. I completely forgot it existed when I was testing gameplay, so I can't tell you if it works. I love the dead flowers bouquet. I could have sworn there was another bouquet. Yes. This one is also just truly fabulous. I like the black roses. I wish they'd put them in I wish they'd put the black and white roses in different color. I mean, honestly, this looks like the black roses in a different color, so I guess they did. There's a new freezer bony. You have a really pretty glass vase with pampas grass in it. I just like. I love that the nightstand has little books in it. Got 2 new desks, a modern one and a traditional one. And this is an item, and this is part of the desk, which cracks me up that they made it just a detail on this desk, but it's a placeable item. The rugs, they're killing it. Every swatch appears on both rugs for these 2 rectangular ones, which I really appreciated. And then this guy, I really, really like. Okay, so there's the cute little death flower motif. Then there's a death flowers and crows motif. And it comes in hexagonal. Like, I am in love with this rug. You will probably see it in every build moving forward. We've got 2 bars and a bar back. Bookcases. So we have a little guy with little crows, which I really liked. But all these bookcases, these 2, there's the 2 heights of the Tower of Tomes by Telltale Arts, and there's 2 book swatches for each wood swatch. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. It is wonderful and marvelous, and I love it. And then there is a plain, simple, modern bookcase. Moving on, I think this is the last of the new items. I'm not going super into a lot of detail because you'll get the pack or you won't. Got a couple of decor items for the funerals. These are the decorative caskets. They're not coffins. Coffins are shaped more like a human body. The rectangular ones are caskets. My nerd is coming out hard in this pack. But this comes in decorated and undecorated. I placed these over here because I wanted to make sure I had these items placed. Supposedly, you can leave messages to the departed by whispering them to this little guy. I just know he's adorable and he's going to go in like most of my houses because I think he's precious and he is a little bean and I would die for him. This is a super customizable frame. You place it at funerals and you can customize the frame color and the flower color and you can set it to a deceased sim and it will put a headshot of them in their formal wear. We got a pulpit from which we can give eulogies or call for a moment of silence. All in all, I'm really, really pleased with this house. I also like that there's like enough items that you could decorate a house in only this pack and it wouldn't feel too Spartan. like, you don't even really need, with the exception of things like a toilet, you don't even really need the base game to get a nicely decorated home out of this. And I really, really appreciate that about it. So yeah, that's it for build mode. Let's move on into gameplay, and then we will wrap up with my final thoughts. Now, I did about 2 weeks in each game of really hard play. I played as much Sims as I could play in 2 days and still, eat and sleep. And I barely scratched the surface of the new gameplay, which honestly is a good thing, which is how it should be in an expansion pack. Like, I don't like that I keep comparing it to Lovestruck, but I feel like we actually got an expansion pack this time, and I enjoy that a lot. There is some stuff where okay, so we have 2 new careers. The Undertaker career is a standard rabbit hole. I did like the unlockable rewards. It has you doing a surprising diversity of after work tasks. Like, you're working in charisma and fitness and gardening, which I thought was a little bit strange because usually it's like 1 or 2 skills that you need to max out for and thanatology. So it's like you need a really diverse skill base for the Undertaker career, and it took a lot longer. Like, I was getting 2 or even 3 Reaper promotions for every Undertaker promotion I got. The Reaper career is fun. They actually have enough, like, you're doing the same tasks every day, but but there's enough, like, going and collecting souls. They actually have enough different ways to do it that I actually still found it fun, even after playing through it for, 2 sim lifetimes. I was a little frustrated that there were no unlockable rewards. Like, I got Randy to level 9, and I had unlocked the base outfit that's a uniform. There didn't seem to be any unlockable build items. There didn't seem to be any other unlockable outfits for it. And that, like with the build items in the Love Consultant career that are all at like 7 or later, EA seems to have moved away from job rewards outside of like just pay increases. And I actually found that kind of frustrating. The tarot, I am a bit of a tarot enthusiast, and there's a lot I like there. Like I mentioned in the Build Buy review, they actually did a lot of research. Like, the Rider-Waite Smythe is a very old, respected deck. I think it's one of the first decks to be readily commercially available. I understand why they animated the tarot the way they did. It still kind of felt like, here's your card, rather than like a tarot spread. The way they did it, you can do tarot anywhere for anyone. You don't need a table. You don't need to sit down, whether at a cloth on the ground or at a table, to do a reading. So I get it. It just struck me as silly. And that's like a really, really nitpicky critique because I have specialized knowledge. I was really frustrated with the crow pet. They go to check in with the Crow Society, and so, like, your hamster was almost always there. Like, they would go on vacations and they'd disappear for a couple of days and they'd come back. But with the crow, he is in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Arthur Conan Doyle almost starved because I couldn't catch him to feed him. Like, he was in the starving for over a day because I couldn't sit there and watch him. I had kids running around. So that was deeply frustrating. I didn't do an out-of-body experience, which I realized after I had finished recording. I really wanted to work with what I felt was the big chonkers of the new gameplay, which was the Soul's Journey bucket list mechanic. And so I was really hitting that hard. What absolutely worked, doing your bucket list worked. Doing it at the computer worked. Doing it with the notebook item worked. My sim did keep leaving their notebook item lying around even after I had them favorite it, which was a little frustrating. Like that there was a variety of tasks. There was tasks that were as simple as go to the well and talk to Edith enough that she gives you Edith's mark. There was also tasks as complicated as completely max out this skill and then do a special interaction with something after you did. It was a little bit swingy from what I saw. It was either super duper easy or super duper involved. I did rebirth a soul as reborn, and I did rebirth a soul as a burning soul who completed all of their soul's journey tasks, including after death. There were supposed to be these interactions that you could do to recall things from your previous life, and I aged up one sim quickly, and the other one I was trying to go through the process, and I just ran out of time, but they didn't seem to be working. It was specifically described as a self-interaction to recall past life, and it just wasn't popping up no matter what age I clicked on her at. I didn't get a chance to see if they started with relationship with their previous family, because I didn't get a chance to get her out of the house. What else did I really want to touch on? The festivals were fun. I was having some trouble with some aspects of the tarot quests, and I don't know if that was glitchy things or if I was just not understanding the instructions. I'm gonna get out my notes and see if I forgot something. My Sims kept getting moodlets for their previous lot traits instead of their current lot. That was annoying. It wasn't an issue for the house that I created specifically to experiment, but it was an issue with Tuesday and Guidry. The Skeptic, I didn't seem to be getting any different moodlets. I was getting customized moodlets for Chase by Death. I was getting customized moodlets and actions for Macabre. Like, there's things Macabre Sims can do that others can't. My Skeptic didn't seem to be getting any special moodlets. He seemed to be getting the same moodlets from the occult stuff happening around him that my Macabre Sim was. And I found that kind of frustrating. You can romance Grimm, but you can't take him on dates and you can't invite him to lot. If you have the Reaper's Reward stuff, you can summon him using the Grimophone. If you have Crystal Creations, you can summon him with Jet Jewelry, but you can't call and invite him over. And it's like, I'm friends with him. I'm trying to date him. He told me he has a crush on me, and I tried to set up a date, and he wouldn't do it. He does seem to have a thing where he fathers triplets, whether science baby or actual intercourse. Looking through my notes. So for the Thanatology skill, you seem to grow it through some interactions on the bookcase and some interactions on the computer. I didn't really see any real world stuff that let you do it. Like, I wasn't getting those kind of pop-ups around grave sites. Like, you know how when it's a skill building item, you have that little symbol on the interaction button? I wasn't getting any of those for Thanatology skill outside of computers and bookcases. Like, even though I was, like, going to graveyards and the like. And there's this thing where on the computer, the interaction is look up theories on, and it gives you 4 what I assume are Sim Death Customs or Urban Legends. And there's no little lore pop-up. It's like, why did you bother to give it these cool names if there's no little lore pop-up? Give me the lore, EA! But yeah, that's really my thoughts on the gameplay. There's a lot in this world in terms of quests, in terms of things that you can, like, sneak around and do, and, like, little things that you can interact with. I am not going to, and I will not tell you that, oh, this is worth the money and you should buy it. I do not feel qualified so to do. However, I do think that we actually got an expansion pack this time. I'm frustrated that I don't know if the things that I'm not getting are just because I'm being a dunce or if they're bugs. I would like fewer expansion packs and less buggy expansion packs and stuff packs and I'm revisiting old stuff. I hope I gave you enough information in this review to make an educated decision as to whether or not this is a pack you want to buy and whether or not you think the pre-order items are worth buying it soon rather than when it goes on sale. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe, and ring that notification bell to bring you back for more chaotic nonsense reviews. I was really scatterbrained today. Have a happy time zone wherever in the world you are, and I will see you next time.